Okay, shalom, 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 kwam Allah, kuhuluyumla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakahakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Hanan the Waf just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And wanted to just get a little bit of this video. This is for educational purposes only. Copyright disclaimer. And this is Cory Brooks. It says, the serious crisis gripping America that no one wants to talk about. And of course, he's going off into pretty much the family, these families without fathers in the home and things of that nature. So let's play a little bit of the video. We'll grab a couple of scriptures on it, because this guy, he doesn't get it, he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand what's really going on out here. He doesn't understand the Bible like that, because these are curses that are on us as a people, man. So let's play some of the video.
Than the humans that came before us, despite our wealth and technology, they did families better than we do today. They knew that each parent played a role, and it was not about feminism or machismo. It was all about the child. Hello, America. I'm Pastor Cory Brooks. From the south side of Chicago to the nation's capital, this is Rooftop Revelations. Many of you know me as the Rooftop Pastor. I recently spent 343 days living on top of a roof through Chicago's cold and heat to bring awareness to the violence and to raise money for this much-needed community center that you see being built behind me. And because of the many donations from Americans just like yourself, we are raising the needed funds for this glorious leadership and economic community center. We aim nothing less than the full transformation of Chicago's most violent block, O Block, into Opportunity Block. Here we discuss issues, local to national, from the streets to the Capitol. For you who have been on the journey with us, welcome back. And if this is your first time watching Rooftop Revelations, we're glad you're joining us for this latest edition of Rooftop Revelation. Children growing up without fathers in the home is one of the most serious crises facing America today. The impact is devastating on spiritual, religious, and material levels. Over 80% of the children in my neighborhood on the south side of Chicago do not have a father in the home. But this is not something that can be just dismissed as a black thing. It is an American epidemic. Across the nation, 56% of black children do not have a father in the home. For Latinos, the number has risen to 31%, and for whites, 21%. Those figures are only snapshots, and the reality is that they are...
Okay, so let me stop right there, because this used to be a thing that was amongst the Israelites and the Israelites only. And I say Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Notice he said northern and southern kingdom, basically. He's, Judah and Israel first, the so-called blacks. And he said, I think the Hispanics are 31%, but then he also mentioned 21% of the so-called white race, but that was never them. They were actually, pretty decent about, don't get me wrong, you have some drunks and bums, type of so-called white man here and there throughout time, you know what I'm saying? But overall, as a people, they were generally family oriented. See, what's happening to them is they're starting to fall under the curses that we were already under, right? Because they're actually reaping what they've sown, because systematically they were the ones that designed us not being in the homes as far as a family like that, because of course, they gave our women, the ability pretty much overall to get abroad. They gave them the ability to be above the man, gave them food stamps, gave them Section 8, told them to keep the father away from the children. If the father is caught in the home, then we're going to take those benefits from you. So our women pretty much ran with that, you know what I'm saying? But those are all a part of the curses. So let's get Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to get verse 1, and to set the context, Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God, Yahweh, will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So this is if we were obedient. This is a contract, right? So now verse 15, let's see, it's pretty much saying the same thing as, just that if you're disobedient, right? Verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken, which means listen, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now here's one of those curses right here. Verse 54, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall lead. This is a curse that's on the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're Israelites. And we're living that curse out to this day. But what's happening is Esau, the so-called white man, he's starting to get his taste, and it's going to get a lot more worse for him. See? They push drugs into our neighborhoods. Now all of a sudden, they have a drug epidemic, or what they're calling what are they calling it? They're not criminalizing it. They're basically just saying that these people are sick and they need help. That's pretty much what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? So when it was our people, they just toss our asses in jail. But now that it's their people, it's a medical concern. So these are some very hypocritical people, but they were the ones that set up these drugs in our neighborhoods. They were the ones that set, they really just done a number on us, man. But this is all because of Deuteronomy chapter 28 right here. And the Lord told us that all these things will be happening to us. So I would advise you to read through this entire chapter, because once you read off these curses, you're going to see that they fit us to a T. This is just one of them. It clearly tells you that he would leave his wife and the remnant of his children. And then also as well, even with the sisters. Verse 56, it says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground, for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. See, you can't tell. See, but now they're starting to go through that. There was no, there wasn't no time of so-called white people being called a baby mama or a baby daddy. That was always a phrase that was used amongst us. But now let's go to chapter 30 right here. In verse 7, and Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So now you're starting to see them go through the very same things that they put us through. And it's really just, seed time and harvest for their asses, really. Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And that goes off into nations as well. So let's go to Job 34 and 29. Precept upon precept, man. Now this is talking about the Lord here. It says, when he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only. So the Lord set this nation, this base nation of people, up over us as a nation. So, and what's about to happen is roles are about to be reversed. You can clearly see this man is falling, and he's falling hard, and he's not handling it well. He's not going to be able to handle it well. You see? Because it's just that time. He has run his course. So that's the reason why you're seeing all this chaos going on in the world. World War III is on the brink, because, people have no idea that this man got the nuclear weapon and the capability of pushing the button whenever. The Lord going to have him push the buttons, you know what I'm saying? But these people just running around out here working their regular jobs, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, just every day, just whatever. And they don't understand that this man is about to go out the world kicking like a little bitty fucking kid. Because it says that, he's going to come down with great wrath because he know that he had but a short time. So their own people are about to get them destroyed with the sword, man. Them damn missiles, man, about to hit this place. Babylon the Great. It's about to be a lot of chaos in the world because of them. Because their time is up. The Lord is about to break them down as a nation like how he broke us down as a nation. And actually, that's in because we're talking about Esau and Jacob here. This is what this whole movie is all about. This whole planetary movie that we're watching. Second Ezra chapter 6. Let's start at verse let's just get to the point. Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So their world is ending now. And that's pretty much why, he's able to mention that 21%. And it's probably higher than that. It's probably a lot more because they going through it. You had that Me Too movement come through, and it swept Esau off his goddamn feet. When these so-called white women started popping out of the woodworks talking about some Me Too and he done this to me and he done that and he done that, it's all about money with their asses. A lawsuit. Now they're taking half of your shit. Putting you on child support. Got you going through a bunch of bullshit. Same thing that the men, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men have been going through for quite some time, man. We don't have it too good here, man. But we're starting to see these curses reverse, and it's a beautiful thing. So let's play a little more, man.
They are getting worse, not better, with every passing year. For perspective, 89% of the post-war generation, including most black families I know, had children living in homes with a mother and a father. That number has fallen to 68% today among all American families. That's millions of children being affected. But I'm here today not to bash fatherlessness, but to talk about what happens when fathers are present. Every day, I deal with some of the most amazing women who raise their kids single-handedly. They work their butts off to put food on the table and clothe their kids. But most of all, if not any, can ever replicate the influence and touch of a father. The father is part of the creation of the child, and it's only natural law that he would see the child to adulthood. This role is at once sacred and a profound responsibility. One that...
Yeah, but Esau changed all that up, man. Esau done all that. Matter of fact, let's get this one. Yeah, this man them fucked it up real bad for you women, man. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And Esau was used to put the woman on that pedestal, man. The women have compassed the men in this society. And so now they're feeling the grunt of working 2 or 3 jobs. You seen how he tried to word it. Like, I've come across some of the hardest working, best women in the world. And yeah, all right, But if those women were to tell you the truth about how those men left, or why did those men have to get up and bounce, or why those men, don't get me wrong, you got some sorry ass niggas out here. Don't get me wrong on that. I'm not saying that, but overall, man, a lot of these divorces, I think they say 80% of divorces in America are initiated by women. So they're divorcing the men, man. It's women that's doing real, decent men fucked up, man. It's men that will take on a family of children that's not even his with a woman, man. Have 2, 3, she got 2, 3 baby daddies, but there's a guy that'll step in and he'll look out for that whole family. He'll pay all the bills. He'll go and pick up an extra job. He's picking up extra shifts on all the damn jobs, and he'll do all that he can to make sure that she got a car. All this shit, cell phones, trying to make it, taking them out to dinner, taking them on, vacations and trips, and this bitch will cheat on him, and pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Or she's in a position of being the home, that's her crib, basically, and she'll put his ass out, These women don't have no problems doing nothing like that, man. Well, you're living in a scandalous world these days, man, for real. And then, they get older, where all the good men at and all this other bullshit. Look, all the good men are done. The good men are just taking their time building themselves up, man. And we always say, the apostles and elders on down, hey, look, you brothers, if you can have your own place, man. Have your own place to live. Don't let no woman in this day and time with that marriage bullshit, you know what I'm saying, talk you into going to no courthouse or going to, with some fake ass pastor standing before you talking about non-pronounce you man and wife. Leave all that shit alone, man. Not in this kingdom. And the scriptures don't even talk about getting married like that. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the way that the American system is. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that getting on bended knee begging some chick that's done been with 5 dudes, 7, 8, 20 dudes, 30 fucking body count out of this world. And you on bended knee begging her about, will you marry me? Going into debt, getting a ring and shit. Nah, man, don't do all that, man. Because you're living in a society that's being ran upside down by a goddamn madman, and he has reversed everything. That's that. So just be careful with stuff like that, man. It's not worth it. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And this is who you're dealing with. This is who's actually running the world. Some goddamn idiots, man. Base people, base men. Matter of fact, let's get Daniel. Because these people are not very smart. They just front like they are. Daniel 4:17, they're actually the bases of men. Daniel 4:17, this matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. These are very base people, man, that's running this world. They turned everything upside down. There's no way that the woman should be over the man, because that's not the order of things. The order of 1 Corinthians, I think it is, might be Salakia. Yep, 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua Mashiach, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And the head of the woman is the man, see? And the head of Yahushua Mashiach is God, the Father, Yahweh. Those are the true names of the Father and Son, Yahweh, which means he exists, or the existing one. And the true name of his son is Yahushua, which means that he's the Savior or deliverer in the Paleo Hebrew. You clearly got the order of what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have the Father, Yahweh, then his son, Yahushua, and then the man, then the woman, then the children, and that's order, man. But anything outside of that, you know what I'm saying, is disorder. That woman being over the man in these households like that, man, that's not order, man. It is, that's the reason why these households are ran so goddamn chaotic, and these kids are so out of control, because you no longer have the man in the household no more. She's trying to raise them by herself. The boys are turning out effeminate, and the girls are turning out, hard as hell, all study like. You know what I'm saying? And that no damn relationships are lasting like that, man. The days of that is gone. This place is through when it comes to that, man. So we say it, man. Don't get caught up in that bullshit. Don't get caught up, man.
Okay, so
Salakia. Let's go back. We'll get a little bit more of what he's saying. Let's see.
that is a higher calling. There's nothing more precious than looking into the eyes of a child of innocence, a child that comes into this world looking for love, a child that recognizes
Salakia.
here or her father on the deepest level. When a father abandons that child, that bond breaks, leaving a void. Instead of love, that child grows up.
That's Salakia. These damn Edomites, they be nosy as hell. Let them, let's play some more of those Salak.
With that void, and that child is often left unfairly to deal with that void alone. Some make it, others destruct. In the home where a child grows up with two parents, the child witnesses love. The circle is complete. No one home is happy all the time, but the child does not seek happiness. The child seeks love, wants to be loved, and wants to give love in return. It is love that carries families through the good and the bad times. And what better lesson than that to teach a child?
Okay, so, but what is love, though? And this guy's supposed to be a pastor. What is it, 5 and 4? Verse 3, 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of Yahweh, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. See? That's going into true love. You know what I'm saying? Treating your brother in the proper way. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gave us a whole list of things, you know what I'm saying, as to how to love your brother and you know, your children, your wife, you know what I'm saying? But that's gone. That's not in the earth anymore. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get that back in the kingdom. See, right now we're just in captivity, and we got to deal with these curses, man. It just is what it is. We're not in a position of, you know, settling in with our women like that, because they've been weaponized. It just is what it is. You can't get around it. So this pastor, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, man. He's going off his emotions and shit like that, talking about building down rec centers and shit. Ain't no goddamn rec center about to get you out of them curses, man. Them curses is going to, the scripture says that they will overtake us. Ain't no rec center or nothing that you talking about is going to do anything. You know what I'm saying? He's not preaching no repentance, and he's not telling our people who they are and why we're in the conditions that we're in. That's the real medicine, these scriptures, man. Telling our people, hey, look, man, you are the, you know, Deuteronomy 7 and 6, the Lord sees you as, you know, his chosen people, a peculiar treasure, you know, the apple of his eye, so to speak, you know. He's not telling our people that, hey, the Lord chose you over all these nations and that these other people are your enemies. He's not saying any of that. He's not telling you the true name of the Father, Yahweh, or the true name of his son, Yahweh Shai, and that you are actually the Israelites, and that you are in the conditions that you're in because of disobedience. He's not doing any of that, man. He's trying to give you this feel-good bullshit about a rec center, and no, you're not about to stop no shootings, bro. You're not about to stop the stabbings. You're not about to stop. Matter of fact, things are going to just turn up and get even more worse. That just is what it is. Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow. But I mean, it is what it is, man. So let's play some more. Let's see. We end out.
Daily. Not only that, the child learns different things from the mother and the father. The child learns the difference and the similarities. The child watches his parents negotiate love, fight, reconcile, discuss, debate, and the child grows up understanding inside the home the basic human skills for how to navigate the world. His or her parents' relationship serves as a microcosm for how the larger society works. Marriage is very important. I often tell young men that the most important thing they can do is marry. They ask why. I tell them, if you love your woman, you must enter into a holy union with her. You must declare your love before witnesses in society. In doing so, you are forming a sacred bond that only serves as a social contract.
Let's see, when he's saying stuff like that, what he means is get married the way that the so-called white man told you to get married. You need to go in and get paperwork from him to let you know that you love this woman. Get on bended knee. Go into debt and get a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 ring for her that she gets to keep when she leaves you. See, this is what he's talking about. That you know, this guy, man, is a damn, you know, he's one of those greedy dogs, basically, man, that won't bark. You know, one of those pastors that won't bark. He's not telling you no. He's running you into a burning house with this bullshit. The hell you mean getting you come on, bro. This shit he talking about is crazy. For real. Nowhere in the scriptures does it tell you to get married like how they get married here in these Americas, man. You don't need the so-called white man's permission, man, to deal with a woman. Soon as you have sex with that woman becomes your wife. That sex is what constitutes marriage. See, this man, he pushes and promotes whoredom, man. Look at the women. Look at the world of the women. Just imagine this shit carrying on if he's ruling for another 50 years, another 100 years. What do you think this place is gonna look like with the way shit is running right now? He has placed the women in a position of real danger, really, in reality. They're able to just get out here, gad abroad, do whatever they want, and you can clearly see it's a lot of judgment been going out lately. I just had seen an article with yeah, I mean, you know, these guys, man, dudes having shootouts with each other, killing each other, and this bitch, she gets to continue on with her life, man. hey, come on, man. We're not in a time period of what this guy's talking about. And this marriage shit is no good for us. We never got married like this. We were never our customs don't have anything to do with this type of bullshit. Anyway, let's see.
This step is the foundation of the family and provides stability for any child that should come out of the union. When a child grows up with a married couple, not only are they often better off financially, they also come to value society through the institution of marriage. They grow up knowing that certain actions have a sacredness to them. They believe in something larger than themselves, and that humbles them. The child who believes in nothing is the least humble. A father in the home, a husband in marriage is what America needs to be preaching these days. We are not better than the humans that came before us, despite our wealth and technology. They did families better than we do today. They knew that each parent played a role, and it was not about feminism or machismo. It was all about the child. And they knew how the child goes is how society goes. God bless you, and God bless America. This has been another Rooftop.
See? That God bless America bullshit. Man, the Lord is not a blessing in this place. See, that lets you know that these pastors are false prophets, man, false teachers. They give you that bullshit hope. Nah, man, right now it's all doom and gloom. America's not about to be blessed. America's about to be nuked. Like, for real, for real. These women that have been pushing men away forever, they're about to get what the Lord is about to give their asses, man. And it's about to be terror for them. That's real. I mean, it is what it is, man. They've had their time to be joyful. They've been on top for quite some time. Now, like I said, they're in control. They're running the damn earth. Here you go right now. You got one of them trying to be the goddamn president. Chaotic, man. That's disorder. Women are not supposed to usurp authority over the man like that. So that it's just disorder. You're not gonna get nothing but disorder and chaos out of a situation like that. It's going against the scriptures. The Lord is not lying, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gave us rules and regulations for a minute. He told you, I place life and death before you. If you do what he said to do, you're going to get some good results. But if you don't, you're going to get some horrible results. And that's it, man. So here you go. You're living in the Americas and all over the world, because all these other countries have taken on this same concept. You can go anywhere in the world and you'll think that you're still in America, because the women are running, you know, they're running this shit from even, you know what I'm saying, from in these other countries. They're in control. Certain countries, you know what I'm saying. The only ones that's really hanging on, and they're barely hanging on by a thread, is a lot of these, you know, these Muslim countries, you know what I'm saying, like Al Qaeda and shit like that, you know, because America went over there and gave them like 20 years of freedom. So them women went over there turning into damn Americans and boiling all out of control, just doing what they wanted to do. So when they left Afghanistan, and I think that's Al Qaeda was the ones that took over. I think that's the organization, but shit, they like they got all kinds of rules and regulations over there for them women, man. You know, you're not going to school. Your ass not driving. You better keep your goddamn head and face covered. You better, you know. So they got some harsh rules going on over there as far as what Americans would think. But guess what? They call them barbaric, but I bet you they don't have no drug problems like that. I bet you they don't have no STD problems like that. I bet you that, you know, their abortion rate is not through the roof. Suicide rates and shit like that. I bet you they ain't got no school shootings. You see what I'm saying? So that, you know, but because you can't live this freedom of being a damn complete whore here, they call that shit, you know, they say that these men are barbaric because of the way that they're running you know, their country. See? So this guy right here, man, Pastor Cory Brooks, you going off, man, and you selling our people false faith, man, so to speak, or false. You're just not helping them with this with this kind of speech, bro. Talking about some fucking God bless America. These people, man, and this lets you know, man, he really doesn't know the scriptures, man. Any place this wicked, you should be praying to the Lord to destroy it. But that's these Christians, man. They don't want what the Lord wants, man. They really don't want the will of the Lord to go down. They would prefer to live comfortably in this bullshit. So I'm going to end out there, man. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala and a Bible ball.